best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts. What it is. Podcast. Yo, what it is with the best podcast in Long Beach, California. And this is part 2, is take 2, right? Because we just had a stupid interaction, right?
With some dumb ass.
Before we talk about that, I want to introduce my guest, Shishonia Livingston.
Hey, what's up?
What do you do?
All of it.
She does comedy.
I do stand up. I'm an actor, and I'm a writer.
All right, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I want to talk about what just happened behind the scenes, and I think I'm going to include it on
For
here.
real.
You might not get to hear the full audio of it, but it just goes to show how people are fucking idiots. They're stupid. It's like, here we are, like recording our podcast, and there's 2 fat, annoying, ugly motherfuckers, right? They're like, we want to be interviewed too, and we're like, no, we're good. Like, thank you, respectfully.
He was not respectful at all. Like, I thought we were gonna get in a fight.
Oh, well, I mean, at first I was respectful though. I thought I was.
No, you weren't. You're like, for being stupid. You want to be interviewed for being stupid? I was like, dude.
Well, it's like this, man. You got my. There was 2 dudes, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, fuck it, let's do this. Like, whatever. But what happened is they were walking in, we're setting up, and they're like, "Who we want to be interviewed?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." It's like, I didn't come here to interview you. I came to interview my guest, and also your approach is wrong. Be a little bit more respectful. Maybe excuse me. What are you doing here? We could do a quick little like fun interview. Then I would have been open to it. But like, yo, dog, you gotta interview me. Like, nah, fucking step with that fucking
You can't
bullshit
expect
attitude.
people to like be respectful.
No,
Know what I mean?
it
Like,
just-
he's just, even if they're idiots.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're always going to be idiots.
Yeah, for sure. So
They're guys.
So then we changed the camera angle, and we're like, we're gonna do it this way, give them their privacy. We start jump in the background, right? And then I said, hey, you want to be interviewed? And he's like, what kind of questions? I'm just gonna interview you about how stupid you are. And then it just kind of went from there, right?
Yeah, he's like, you're diabetic, and I was like, dude. And then you're like, you're a dick, and I'm like, dude,
No.
okay, calm down. Calm down.
What did I say? Eat a dick or what?
You said,
Yeah, I told him eat a dick or what? I just went off on him, and I was like, what's up? And they just walked away. But it's fucking total losers, man. Waste of fucking time with these people, man. It's just like, it's weird because everybody wants to be famous, right? And to me, it's like, look, I'm not famous by any means. I'm very real. I'm respectful, like, towards everybody. I think the way you come at me, it's how I'm going to respond to you and stuff like that. But from the little attention that I've generated, having this podcast and stuff like that, it's not all that great. Like, sometimes, like, the so-called fame. I what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to entertain people via YouTube and via stand-up.
you
Right?
talk a lot.
Well,
But we're stand-ups.
that's the point that's the whole point of
Yep.
a podcast.
Absolutely, I love it.
But anyways, enough with all the dumb bullshit. But
No. Like, I feel you, because I am not trying to get famous, and I'm actually kind of not shy but secluded. I'm really private person, and I don't think I would like it if I was famous. And people are like, oh yeah, right. No, but like, it would be too much, because I like to, like, sometimes step back and be in the shadows and go home and just quiet, like.
yeah, there's definitely a moment, right? Like, when you're out there doing, the stand up, that's a moment, right? And you have your moment, but once that moment is gone, like, you definitely want your time for yourself. You don't want to be like, completely like out there and put your whole life on it, right?
Right.
The moment you say your jokes on stage or you talk about your life, that's kind of what it is, and that's where it ends, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes I meet people, or I have fans, and I'll meet them and say, hey, I so appreciate them coming, and they're just amazing people. And I'm happy I could make them laugh. but it's at the same time, like, after I leave that, after I'm in my house, like, I kind of want to shut it down. And like, I wouldn't like to be at a restaurant and everyone looking at you, you're like famous and stuff, you know. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, I think I could. It's just like I said, it's approaches to everything. Be respectful. I mean, I haven't had too many negative interactions just when I meet fucking idiots like these. But when I'm like at the Laugh Factory, like after the show, people will come up and take pictures. I've never, I just like beginning my career, but I've never said no to someone taking a picture. I always fucking take a picture with them,
That's
right?
nice.
And I meet with them, I talk with them, and stuff like that.
Because we're
And
basically there for them. That's how I look at it.
yeah,
I
but at,
mean,
at some point, people like they start acting weird and they start doing weird things, and at that time, I guess you politely kind of tell them it gotta go and kind of move on from there.
yeah, exactly. I mean, certain energies you just can't entertain. You just have to get the hell out of there.
For sure. So, talking about dealing with stupid, toxic people, let's talk about dating real quick. You dating at the
Uh,
moment?
um,
Maybe not so much. What's
Not so
going on there?
much. No, like, I mean, I don't know if I am or not. So, am I? Like, it's kind of like I'm in different situations. So, but yeah.
Is it easier now that you're a little bit older, or was it easier like 10 years ago?
Um, I'm a very loving person, so I think it's always been kind of hard. Um, because I get my heart broken. But I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, when I was younger and I was modeling, I mean, I would get hit on a lot more than I do now. Um, but also I've kind of changed I kind of changed like what I was looking for. So I just want someone who's just chill because this job is it takes a lot out of you, especially if you're traveling. And I don't want to be around someone who's like jealous all the time or, like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, because I don't like to be with that many people. I just want to be with one person. Like, I mean, that's how you get the clap or something.
So when you get the clap when you're on stage, that's a good thing. But when you get it off
Yeah.
stage, that's not a good thing.
Clap on, clap off, JR.
The clapper, right? Oh,
Booty clap.
that's funny. So dating is something that it's tough right now. So why don't we play a little game?
Okay.
We have a segment onto the show that we say it's time to burn an X. Now we always tell people if you want to share, you can. If not, that's cool too.
Okay.
We tell you to say the story, but do not mention the name. Now, does anybody come to mind that you want to burn an X?
Gosh, the worst ex that I ever had was, there's been a lot of them. Like, no, I think was when I was younger, I was dating this guy and he was so jealous and he was so insecure and I loved him, but he would make my life so hard. Like, always, who was that? Who are you talking to? And I was like, I'm not dating anyone else. I didn't even want anyone else. When I'm with one person, I usually just want that person. And he just was always yelling at me and putting me down, and it kind of messed me up because, like, I guess it was a toxic relationship, obviously, but I didn't even know that term then. So, but I just knew that it messed me up for a while because then I wasn't trying to. I started lying all the time from that because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I would be, at my girlfriend's house, and he'd be like, "Well, what'd you do the other night?" And I'm like, I stayed home and I watched TV." And he's like, "Well, I thought you went to your girlfriend's." And I'm like, "No, no. I mean, just innocent stuff I would be lying about because I don't want him to get mad." Like, do you see what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. So he would like sounds like possessive. He would get mad.
Totally. Yeah.
You would try to like lie to him because you don't want to be put in a situation where he's like trying to tell you what to do and kind of take over the whole relationship. But
Absolutely.
how long were you with them?
Oh my god. A long time because I was dumb. I didn't know how bad it was affecting me. Like I didn't know because it was depressing my ass. Like I thought that was love, but now I know.
I'm just gonna say it. How good was the dick game?
Oh my god, it's amazing.
And that's why you stayed.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm assuming.
I mean, I was a kid. Like it was my first time, but he's. I mean, is incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we've all been there. Like you're in a tough like relationship situation that you don't want to be in, right? And then, but you don't leave because the sexual aspect is so great, right? Because I've been in a situation where I've been dating somebody that I didn't want to be there, but the sex was amazing, and I on and off on and off again for like many years. So I
How long?
told, I don't know. I think it was on and off, on and on for like about 2 to 3 years. Like we were like officially like broken up, but she would like pop in every 3 months to get refilled,
Get
yeah, and then I would give her good servicing, and then
You would lay it down.
lay it down like for like 2 3 months, and then she would leave, and then she would come back, and
Wow.
that carried on over for years. And then like 10 years later, after the fact, she came back, and I was like, damn, you're still here? Like, you're still alive? And yeah.
I thought you were dead.
At that time, I was like, nah, we're good. Like, we're not rekindling anything. I'm just
Aw.
talking or whatever.
You just you had to respect yourself.
Yeah, at that point,
Your
it was,
values had gone up.
yeah, at that point, when we're like, you're in a place in your life that I can't. It's like Star Wars. He goes, Anakin, you're in a place I can't follow. Like it's like that. Or like you're in a different stage in your
Oh
life.
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like,
You're on
nah.
another planet. You're on another
Yeah.
plane
Yeah, for
in
sure.
the world. Yeah, I feel that way too.
So this guy was kind of like that. So I get that. But any
I'll say the name. You're actually he was such a dick, dude. Fucking ruined my life.
Oh
But, I
really?
mean, we're actually friends now. I mean, he's married and stuff. But he'll hit me up every once in a while.
For a potential sneaky link?
No, it's not even like that anymore. It's different. We're just it's like we're old friends, or like kind of like we're related to me at least, is because I've known him for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's like kind of like a cousin, or I don't know. I don't know, brother. I don't know. That sounds too incesty, but never mind. Let's just stop.
You took it there.
I
you're driving that fucking
Leave it
that
to
bus.
me. No, but
Now that we're on the subject, haven't you noticed that anytime you're like on fucking Pornhub and shit, like every other one is like my stepsister, my whatever, my
yeah, like stepmom and
stepmom
daughter.
and all that. What's to do with that shit?
I don't know. I'll still watch it.
Do you watch it with the aspect of like it's gonna be hot sex, or is it like the title of the thing is like kind of hot?
I'm so shallow, dude. I just look at them and I'm like, you look good. Just kidding. I don't know.
So it's just the person that looks kind of hot or whatever.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
so do you check out how hot the dude is, or do you check out how big his package is? What is it for
I
you?
don't watch porn with guys in it.
Oh no.
No.
So it's just like two chicks banging, or it's
You are
just
such a heterosexual. Are they banging? Did she take you to Pound Town?
I'm putting it in terms that the audience might appreciate.
Oh my god, you're hilarious. It's just like it's so violent. Like the guy girl stuff. It's like they're like, take it, come on, you gotta, yeah. and they're just grabbing her and they're throwing, you like that bait, and I'm just like, easy, dude. Like I'm just trying to like be a little entertained.
No, I totally get you. There's some that are like that, but I think the algorithm like will start picking stuff for you. Like if you're more likely to
I always
do.
block that one. But like I just I don't know. And I don't want to see some other guys ding ding. I don't. I just feel like the women, girl or whatever is just more palatable for me because it's just too aggressive. And they actually make it that way. Like there's actually this one guy was saying he worked in a jail and they were doing surveys and some guys actually got turned on by violence. Like it was a sexual thing.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you're a girl, you probably wouldn't say that's weird, but you could get it. But I don't think a lot of guys know that. I was with a porn star one time, and she after she had like I don't know how many scenes she had, but there was this one guy, and later that day, she was like grabbing her crotch. She's like this, and as she was bending over, she's like, "Oh my God, this hurts so bad." And she's like, "This is the part of porn you never see." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I like never wanted to watch hetero porn after that
because it's so unnatural. It's like people think like, oh, it's just the whatever 10-15 minutes, but sometimes it takes hours to film like those scenes, right?
Yeah.
And they edit it down to like 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, so
all right, let's change the conversation.
I don't know what else to say.
No, I don't know how we ended up on that tangent, but we talked about burning an ex, but what has been like one of your worst dates ever?
Oh gosh, like wow. I would have to say this one guy was the worst. I'm a comic, and he knew that going in. And he's like, just be yourself. And, if someone knows me as a comic, you know me as a comic, I just am like, blah. But he actually tried to date me as like a real person. And I said, hey, I don't want to go out with you because I'm hanging out right now. I don't want to get into anything serious. He's like, okay, well, let's just go out. And I was like, no. And he's finally like, let's just go out as friends or whatever. And I was like, okay. And so we go to this restaurant. It's a really nice restaurant. And I'm not the type of person to be like, you have to take me to a nice restaurant. Like, I'm not like that. But it was this really great place, and I loved it. But he was started acting like a jerk. And if I'm not having a good time on the date, I'm going to start entertaining myself at that point. Like, I'm a comic, and he's like, I actually forgot about the date. And then, because he was coming into town, and I totally spaced it out. And then I called him after, because I had a show. And then, so I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. He's like, you forgot? And I'm like, yeah, but I'll still go. Like, don't worry. And then, so we're at the date, we eat, and he's like, I've never seen anyone eat so much in my life. I'm like, dude, come on. And he's like, so he was joking. And then I'm like, okay, so let's just take this to another level. Like, I just kept ordering food and like eating. And he's just like, what? Like, stop eating. Like, he literally
told you to stop eating?
He's like, stop eating. It's getting I'm getting disgusted. And I'm like, oh yeah? And then, so like, I didn't want to talk to him, so I started talking to my dog.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I was talking to my dog, and he's like, are you talking to your dog? And I'm like,
better conversation than I'm having with you at the moment.
Yeah, so I said, I didn't even answer him anymore. I was like, he asked if I want. So I was just talking. Dude, he got so pissed, and he's like, stop talking to your dog.
Damn, it sounds like another motherfucker, like the dude you were just talking about earlier.
But this guy was ugly. Like, and just like he was He thought he was this great guy because he did B movies, and then I'm just like, but I really entertained myself, and I couldn't stop laughing, and then so he stormed off, but I made it fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a piece of shit fucking date.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was expecting. You're going out with a comic. You know me as that. I can't. If you're gonna, act out of pocket, so am I. I'll entertain myself.
Yeah, I would never tell my date to stop eating or whatever.
I know.
I'll probably tell her like a date, like, all right, maybe slow down on the drinking because now you're being kind of sloppy or whatever. But I would never tell like somebody on my date stop eating.
He was trying to get me to like drink more. Yeah.
Oh, so
I was like,
the
no.
that was the fucking the key to the recipe in order for him
Yeah.
to fucking get laid at by the end of the night.
I was like, no thanks. I was like having a good time with my dog.
Quick question: why do women date such fucking loser dudes? What is it?
They're good in bed.
But how do they know that
No,
just
I'm
by
kidding.
looking
No,
at them?
I think that there's something happens to them, like either in childhood or maybe their first relationship was really bad, and so that's how they relate to love. And I don't think that they're actually conscious of it. But also, it's like if a guy is like kind of a jerk, but he leaves and come back, it's like Pavlov's dog. Like you feed the dog, and then you feed him again, and then you don't feed him, and then you feed him, and then the dog just becomes obsessed with that. Like they do it with casinos. They'll let you win a little bit, you lose. They'll let you win a little more, and then you lose, and then so you just get on this cycle of like, it's stronger than any other thing that you can, like how you train a person or how you trained a person's mentality. And I think people get hooked on that. And plus, like, not also when you have sex, women release oxytocin, which is a hormone, is a bonding hormone. The only time women release that hormone is when they're breastfeeding to bond to the baby, and when they have an orgasm. So they bond to the guy, even if they don't know it. So they get that dose of.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess like the kind of question that I was asking you is like, I see all these women on TikTok, on Instagram saying, I'm gonna date a dude that makes over $100,000 a year, or he makes $1,000,000 a year, and you know what? He has to have like a house, and he has to give me like my engagement ring has to be $500,000 or at least $1 million, and they talk all this shit, right?
Right.
And then they end up banging fucking Shaggy that fucking smokes pot, has no job, or has no car. And it's like your expectations are
Right.
way the fuck up here, but the people you actually let inside you are like way down here. And then you might have an average Joe who has like a decent job, or okay job, and has a car, and maybe not own his home, but he rents, and the woman be like, I won't date you because you're a fucking loser. But then she'll turn around and like bone a total pothead.
Oh,
That's kind of like what.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to that. I mean, everyone's different, but I think that I think women are just. I think our whole society is just so materialistic. It's just like he has to make this much money. He has to drive this car. He has to have this house. He has to have this boat, and things like that. And he has to have schooling, and da 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 da. But they don't say anything about character. They don't say anything about, I want a guy who's going to stand by me when I'm going through a really hard time in my life. Or you even look bored right now. You're like I don't care about character.
No, I like to take the scenery while I listen. But you just said character.
Yeah,
and
does he lie all the time, or does he believe in honesty? Like, who is he as a man? Does he stand up, for you? If someone disrespects you, is he easygoing? Like, what are his virtues? And that's literally not on anyone's list when it comes to that, because we're so materialistic and we lose stuff like that. When that's at the end of the day, like, who's going to be changing your diaper when you die? Oh, well, you don't change your diaper after you die. Wait, you do You do kind of shut yourself after you die, though, right?
Some people
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Have you?
Well, I'm not dead yet, so fucking that's to be determined and shit. You know.
We'll find out.
When I'm 80, I plan on be shitting
let you
myself
know.
all the fucking time when I'm
Yeah.
80 for sure. No, but while I was looking over there, I was thinking, she's right. Like, you know what? Just because they might be able to find somebody with all that high level criteria they have, but they're probably like their personality is shit, right? So therefore, it might not work out. Which then I started thinking maybe the reason why they end up sleeping with such loser dudes is because whatever void or attention they need at the moment, they're probably there to fill it, and they say, "Oh, this guy's fulfilling my emotional needs at the time," and that's probably why they do it.
And they get hooked.
Yeah.
They get hooked
And
on that person, and it becomes this tumultuous relationship. But no, it is really addiction. It's stronger than heroin. I mean, because if you're thinking about it, it's like the tiniest part of our brain, the oldest part of our brain is like they call the lizard brain sometimes. It's the one that is survival mode. And when you're dealing in a relationship and, or you're with some person and you're attached to them, usually like the cavemen, they didn't have a lot of people around. Like if you get attached to someone, they want you to stay with that person and have a baby. And so like you get addicted to them, and it's just like your drug. That's why I say it's stronger than heroin or cocaine, but that's what psychologists say.
Love and other drugs, but but now that we're talking about something that's kind of more like drugs, comedy, laughter, that's a drug too.
Yes.
How'd you get into it?
I actually got into it because see what happened was I was doing improv. I was acting, and then I started doing improv. But I actually started out just going to school, finishing college, and then during that time I started doing improv and acting, and I was in the comedy theaters because they have usually improv and sketch comedy writing, and then they have stand up. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll try stand up. Someone said you should try it, and I tried it, and it was horrible feeling, but at the same time it was a great feeling, and I just stuck with it. I never thought in a million years that I would be doing stand up, but here I am. Is that not a fun story to tell?
Yeah, it is. How was your first experience?
I don't even remember.
You don't even. That's how long ago it was.
I don't even remember it because I think I had a lot of firsts because I don't even remember when. I remember the first time I was in a sketch show. That I remember that, but I don't remember the first time I got on stage. No. I just remember doing open mics, crappy open mics. Oh, I want to say something. Cut. Okay, so this is what I want to say. When we were talking about girls who just want this and that and the other, the reason why I say that character is important now is because I learned the hard way. Like everyone wants to date someone who's famous or rich, and I'm not trying to like be like, oh, but I have dated someone who's been famous, especially in LA. Like everyone dates someone famous at least once. And then I have dated someone who was not rich but wealthy, like obscenely. And I didn't like their personality. Like at the end of the day, I was like, this is what everyone thinks they want. And it was horrible. It was a horrible situation. Like the actors are all about themselves, and not all actors are like that, obviously, but and then it just was not what I wanted. And then doing this job is really difficult. So I basically was like, I want someone who's just chill and who's not gonna give me a hard time, or make me feel like horrible. And so my idea changed, and even about like marriage, I don't even think that like it's about your soulmate or the most romantic thing. It's actually like a partnership. Like, are you going to be there for that other person? Are they going to be there for you? And you just have to work on the romantic part and the sexual part, if you but it's, I mean, I sound like a drone. I sound like a robot, but that's what my conclusion has been.
You're not saying
That's
anything out of
fine.
the out of the or normal that I don't think people don't feel the same way. I
Yeah,
mean, I
but
think
people,
everybody can relate to what you're saying.
everybody like thinks that they're looking for their soulmate. You don't have a soulmate. That's just some fantasy that's made up. You make your soulmate.
Well, the way I think about it, right? When I was like, growing up, I thought you find the one, and then
Right.
you're right. And the way I look at it now, it's like nothing is meant forever. So there are moments and times. There's people that, we're all like on the same journey of life, and sometimes you're gonna have to get off and live at a particular spot and just live another life, and that's just the way the journey goes. I don't think we're meant to be together forever with people
One
anymore.
person.
No, not at all.
I think evolutionary, we're not supposed to be with one person, but at the same time, like there's some species that mate for life, like penguins and swans and some other animal. But I mean, it doesn't work for
I think
everyone.
eagles,
and
right? Eagles too. Do
oh
too.
yeah, there's a saying that some people are just meant to be in your life for a season, and and other people are meant to be in your life for your life. But the problem is when we make someone who's just supposed to be in our life for a season, we try to keep them in our life forever, and sometimes you just got to walk away. You've learned your lesson at the end of the day. I mean, well, if you learned it, because I kind of see that's how it is, like relationships, like it's a learning experience. I don't know, I'm super like, I'm spiritual like that though.
All right, cool.
You're like,
No. It's just I want to like say something, but
Say
I really want to talk about the comedy though.
okay.
Yeah.
Fuck love.
So you said you remember your first show
My sketch comedy show.
or
Yeah,
your first comedy
Yeah.
sketch show.
that was awesome.
When did you finally realize like, hey, I'm doing this? I am now a comedian? Because I think some people, like when you meet people and like, I do comedy. Everybody I know it happened to me when I was
Mhm.
telling people like I do comedy. Like, you don't do comedy.
Yeah.
You're not a real. And then at some point they're like, people see and they're like, fuck, you're the real deal, right?
Yeah.
But when did you feel it that you were the real deal?
I think the first time I was like on tour is where I felt like, okay, I can do this. And I got really lucky because other people believed in me. And, but some people, well, in the industry's terms, you're not a comic, you're not a professional comic until you're getting paid to do it. And I understand that's one definition, but it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can call yourself a comic if you want to. There's no, I don't know. I think that there's all these like unwritten rules. And I mean, if you're good, you're good, and you're going to get paid, or you're going to find something, get on a show or something or other, like a TV show or something.
Well, I know some comics that have been doing this for like 14 years and they've yet to ever get paid.
Are you trying to talk to? Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No. You get paid.
You're like,
you
14
travel.
years. Yeah, I do.
No, it's a dude. I'm not gonna say his name. Skinny dude, speaks with an accent. And I love him to death. But he's actually, you know what? I'm not.
Is he from the Bay?
No, he's from here. I could actually say it because I interviewed. I'm sorry, I didn't interview him. Little Hater interviewed him, and Little Hater asked him, and no, he divulged it on the show that he never has gotten paid after 14 years. That's why I know. So that doesn't necessarily equate of whether you do it. I think a lot of people just
Right.
do it for the love of the game anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, you can have someone who's just like a killer comic, and they do it when they're not at work. So, and it's gotta be, you gotta love it. I mean, because who in their right mind would do this, right? I mean, talk to people in the dark? No.
And you
like,
can't see them sometimes.
Yes, it's nuts. I mean, I would never wish this on anyone, but but it's like when it's in you, that's like, that it's kind of like your calling in a way. but everyone has different degrees of it, you know? It doesn't have to be a certain way. I mean, that's what I think.
That's the beauty of comedy. Like, it's different in so many different ways, and sometimes you might think something's not really funny, but that person is able to like win over the crowd and generate laughter. And at the end of the day, if they're making them laugh, they feel good about it, and he feels or she feels good about it. Then who are you to say that's not real comedy?
Right. And I mean, you got to understand comedy's subjective. It's an art. It's subjective. It's one person is not going to do it for everyone else, you know? So maybe I might not think someone's, I don't like, okay, I don't really get that part of their joke, but maybe someone else is, you know? And that's all that matters. Like, you know, you can't be for everyone. I mean, maybe you can, but I mean, it's just, I think it's taken too far, you know?
Do people usually say like, "Hey, you know what?" When they find out that you're a comedian, they're like, "I want to do comedy." Do you have that conversation a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people who don't even do comedy start talking trash. Like, they're like, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm like, oh, really?
I got that recently.
Yeah?
Yeah, and my response was like, "Then do it."
Exactly. I'm like, you should try it. Because they're like, it can't be that hard. I mean, I saw you on stage. It's so easy. And I'm like, you have no idea how hard it is to make this easy. How many years I had to work at it.
And then I also get all the time. They're like, "Hey, I seen you performing on this stage. How about I come back next week and you give me like 10 minutes?" And I'm like, "Dude, you can't. Like, you've never done comedy ever before."
Right. Right. Exactly. All the time.
What I did used to do back, I used to hold a lot of shows. You remember
Yeah.
at the taco shop, which I loved doing it there.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And when people would tell me I want to do it, look, I've been a person that I've never like when people people are like, "Why are you booking that comedian? He sucks." And I always be like, and that's precisely why I'm booking him. They're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, if he sucks, I'm gonna give him the opportunity to be on my stage, work at it, and get better. I'm like, I've never been one to not give out that opportunity because I know how hard it is for me to have gotten those opportunities. So I'm never gonna turn anybody down. With that being said, I had a lot of people that wanted to try it, but there's comedy clubs and then there's bar shows,
Right.
and then different venues. I would say, okay, cool, and I would give them the opportunity. They would go up there and then they would freeze. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
How do you like me now?
because it's not that easy.
Right. It's really not. It's actually painful at times. But like for example, people say you look so comfortable up there, and I'm like, well, maybe this show, but I mean, sometimes I'm really nervous or something, but I'm not acting like it, So I don't know.
For me, I'm like always chasing the dragon. It's like everybody remembers their one special
Absolutely.
performance, right? And I remember mine. Have I done bad on stage? Sometimes, yeah. It happens to everybody. I've even seen headliners bomb. It's just a natural thing.
Exactly. That's
So
how you get good. Like you can't tell me someone. I hate it when people are always like, "Oh, you don't hear this from actual headliners or comics who've been doing this a long time, but comics will say, "Yeah, I did this show. Everyone was laughing." And that's the only way people were laughing is because they tell you. You know what I mean? Like a headliner, seasoned headliner won't really say that. They'll be just like, "Yeah, I had this show. It's pretty great," or something like that. Like they don't need to say and everyone was laughing. Just I mean, if you wanted to, you know what I mean? So that always cracks me up.
I'm like, show me the Carfax. Show me the laugh facts. Show me the laugh facts.
Yeah, but I think it's a good idea to help people out. I always try to help out women because there's not a lot of them in this industry. But I'm always about helping someone out if I can put them on a show. I try to. I booked my friend on this show. And the thing is like sometimes people get mad at me because I'm supposed to be booking them or they think I should be. But I'm like, I don't do a lot of shows that you can get booked on. I'm like my own niche. Like, you know what I mean? And if I can, I will. I definitely will. But I usually get my gigs because people know me. I'm so lazy. I'm a terrible stand-up professionally. Like I don't have video, I don't have press, I don't have, because I'm lazy or lonely or depressed, one of the three, and or maybe all together. But I usually just get my jobs because people know me, or they're like, oh, okay, I know her, why don't you put her on? Or, and after a while, you've been around a while, it can sustain you for a little bit. I guess I should start trying, huh?
Fuck, if you want it that bad enough, dreams
That's
do
the thing
come
is
true.
like I've never really wanted it really, really bad, but now I'm just like, oh man, I need to make some money, and I'm like, well, what can I do? I mean, I have a degree and everything, but I'm like, okay, so I could just do stand up and writing, So I'm like, that's
I have a couple of friends that would love for you to write for.
okay. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I have a master's in writing. I mean, so I should use that, and then I have skills in performance. I'm a writer performer, so that's basically I'm better at that than anything else.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it.
What?
So fucking I have a friend, and should I say his name? Should I burn him?
Who? Yeah, burn them. Burn them to the ground.
I'm gonna say this with all much love. Andy Kerr, shout out to you. Good.
Whoever you are.
He's a comedian, friend of the show. He was performing at the Laugh Factory, and he didn't do so well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes,
was it the Long Beach one or
the Long Beach one? And he gets off and goes, hey, he's like, how did I do? And I told him, well, I go, these Latino jokes, toss them. They're no good. He goes, no, but I really like them. I'm like, no, the audience didn't want them. And then after I told him, this is how you fucked up. This is how you rewrite it. And I rewrote, like, when, for him, like, when we were standing outside, he goes, hey, you're actually pretty good at writing. He's like, maybe you should stop doing comedy and just be a writer. Like, and
maybe I should drop my pants and you should suck my dick.
At least that's what she should have done, because I rewrote his set. But like, no, man, I like to help out people when they ask. But even then, I don't want to do it anymore, because you get the pushback. They ask you for help, and then they push back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, but I hear you could get good money being a writer, because some dude tried to sell me 10 jokes for $300. Can you believe that shit?
Wow, that's crazy.
And I said, damn, dog, you really are funny. No, I turned them down. It was an open micer, and I was like, really, dude, you're an open micer, and you're like trying to, like, it would be equivalent for me to walk up to Gabriel Iglesias and tell him, hey, Gabriel, let me write jokes for you. It's like, dude, I'm like, doing small shows. This guy's selling out Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
What in my fucking right mind am I to tell Fluffy that I'm going to write jokes for him? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. He would have to see your stuff and ask you, hey, you want to write for me or blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of a dick move. But I mean, whatever, A
dick move for the dudes who want to charge me $300 or?
I mean, either it's a dick move or he's genius, because if you keep doing stuff like that and it's just keep trying to hustling yourself, you'll finally get some work.
No, I appreciate the hustle for sure.
But at the same time, there's just these idiots who are just like, do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate the hustle for sure, but it's the way I look at it is two things. Like, I don't think I'm in a situation that I have someone that I need to write. And if I did have someone and I was going to pay him that amount of money, it's going to be somebody who writes for Kevin Hart, for Tom Segura or something, then I would definitely pay for that. I'm like, you give me the script and all I have to do is, drop some pepper in it and then make it happen. Then sure, why not? But not an open micer.
Gosh. And people ask me that. They're like, do you write your own stuff? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, wow, I didn't okay, well, you bomb on stage though, right? And I'm like, well, I have. What is it like when someone starts heckling you? It must suck, right? And I'm like, yeah, it does. Like, well, gosh, I don't want to go if you're like being heckled and the audience doesn't like it. I'm like, well, what are you trying to do? Like, dude, do you? I'm like, I'm not. It doesn't happen all the time, and I'm a professional. It's just they're scared to go, and I'm like, you know what? Just it's never mind.
Do you have a tendency to bomb on stage?
No,
that has to be the
but then
funniest shit
people
ever.
don't even. They're like, pretty girls shouldn't do comedy.
So that explains
You're
why
not
you're.
funny.
So that explains why you're doing comedy, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
No. You're very
But
pretty.
my butt's really pretty. Hey, edit that out, because I'm like trying.
No, I'll splice it up. No, but you know what? You are very funny.
Thank you, bro.
You said a couple jokes. I think I recorded you on a couple times. You said some, like, when I was watching you do your set, I was like, okay, and then I went back and I did the rewatch, and I was like, this is really funny stuff. So yeah,
Thank
I
you. You
appreciate
too,
your
man.
comedy for sure. Listen, it's
It
getting
means
a
lot
little.
to me.
It's getting a little late, and we're all getting sunburned here, so we gotta take off. But do you have any final words you want to drop?
About what?
No, like, say, don't bleach your butthole, don't sleep with losers, and like, it's like Jerry Springer, the final thought.
Oh, okay. I've never watched it. I don't know it's Jerry Springer. I just watch the fights.
Don't give up on comedy.
Oh,
Don't be an idiot in the background trying to get interviewed because you want fucking to be famous, but you're a big fat piece of shit that just wants the fame. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, don't date someone who has a crazy ex, like a crazy baby mama or a crazy baby daddy, because you can't. It'll ruin your life. Okay, and then also try to be positive, and if you can't, take antidepressants or go to therapy. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And if you can't, cosa de la vida.
If you can't what?
If you can't like do everything, I mean, it's cosas de la vida. Like not
Cosas de la
everyone,
vida.
You know.
That's nice. And we're going to end it with that. Es cosas de la vida. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this episode. It's been a fucking weird one. Not because of you, but because of different things that happen. But that's life. You know what? Do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you next time.